These two teams went down to penalties to decide the 41st District Soccer Championship last year. Are we going to have another thriller night? Well, it's close to Halloween, so we'll find out. You're watching the 41st District Soccer Championship, the Boys Edition, here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Game of the Week is brought to you by David Tolles Auto Pro Tire and Auto Service, a full-service auto repair shop servicing all models. 2 locations to serve your automotive needs. Call 502-352-2988 for an appointment or go to davidtollsautopros.com.
In 1972, a young David Tolles vowed to jump the Kentucky River on his big wheel. He did not make it. We can rebuild him. We have the capability to make the world's perfect mechanic. Better, stronger, faster. David Tolles Tires and Auto Service on Duncan Road.
It's championship night. Alongside Lanny Brannick, I'm John Piesheimer, and we are bringing you the championship game for the boys in the 41st District Soccer Championship. The number 1 seed and number 2 seed going to battle here as the Grade Crossing Warhawks and the Frankfort Panthers will do it again. These two teams were in the championship last game, and this is how they got into the championship game this year. As
great goalkeeping.
Yeah, Grade Crossing and Franklin County really playing to a stalemate after 80 minutes. It was two teams that just left it all on the field, frustrated each other at a lot of times. Great save by Caleb Sullivan there.
He had a heck of a game the other night.
Here's the goal that ended up winning it, and this was about 3 minutes into overtime. A little car crash action there. The ball finds its way to Logan Hepp, and he has enough to get an invitation. You see the frustration on the part of the Flyers there, and the Warhawks proving that they have noticed where our camera location is.
They were pretty excited.
And then last night, a little less competitive of an affair, but no less entertaining, as Frankfort High was really showing off some of their offensive prowess, and maybe not prowess so much in properly kicking the corner flag, but the Panthers jumping on top and then adding one to the score sheet there with the header off the corner. Frankfort High well in control and celebrating with the faithful, celebrating with our cameraman, and we are set up now, and you're not going to want to move a muscle because we are going to have quite a game ahead of us. These two teams pretty evenly matched, and this should be a lot of fun. And we're going to step aside as the teams take the field, and we will find out who are the 22 men that are going to start in this 41st District Championship game.
Let's meet the starting lineup for tonight's matchup. First, for the Frankfort High Panthers, who will be the set on the scoreboard. Number 5, a junior, Caleb Tracy. Number 6, he's a senior, Ty Wainscott. Number 7, a senior, Grant Shelton. Number 9, a sophomore, Josiah Connor. Number 10, a junior, Philip Chitra. Number 11, a junior, Christian Chagoya. Number 13, a sophomore, Cal Wainscott. Number 15, a senior, Stefan Beebe. Number 21, a senior, Houston Hancock. Number 22, a senior Parker Goblin. And in goal, senior Seth Parker. And now for the Great Crossing Warhawks. Number 3, senior Cash Bourget. Number 4, junior Giovanni Ramos. Number 5, junior Lucas Stewart. Number 6, sophomore Brock Young. Number 7, senior Logan Hepp. Number 18, sophomore Mason Pavel. Number 23, senior Zachary Link. Number 24, junior Ethan Barron. Number 25, senior Cannon Willis. Number 26, junior Tommaso Lucky. And in goal, senior Nathan Purcell. Let's kick it off.
Great Crossing introduced there with the record of 10-7-3, including that win on Tuesday night. And Lanny, you had a chance to kind of talk over this game with the Great Crossing coach, Nick.
Yeah,
Maxwell.
Nick Maxwell. I talked to him a little bit over text today, and he said the regular season matchup between these two teams was ended up winning 1-0 or 1-0. And he said they had some opportunities that they probably should have finished but just didn't. He said the biggest thing defensively is keeping BB under wraps. And he said he's become more of a facilitator this year, which makes him even more dangerous, and the stats bear that out. He's not the leading scorer for the Panthers, but he is the most dangerous player they have on the field and probably the most athletic guy on either team.
Yeah, and you were talking about his distribution. That proved to be true as that opened up the first goal last night against Western Hills, and that goal was finished by number 10, Philip Kittrell, who is actually the leading goal scorer for this Frankfort High team.
And one thing about this Great Crossing team is they don't have a main scorer. They've kind of spread their scoring out over a number of different guys.
They don't score a lot of goals.
And they don't. They play a lot of close games. They play a lot of 2-1 games, 3-2 games, that kind of soccer. So I think for the Warhawks, they're going to have to be cognizant of keeping it close and trying to keep possession as much as they possibly can. Nick Maxwell said they had to be relentless around the goal, whatever that means. We saw their girls be relentless,
yeah.
but you know, we saw them on the opening night of the tournament against a really game Franklin County team, and they just never got the chances that they really wanted to get. As we take a look at BB there,
I think one thing we're going to see is two teams that have a little bit of a different style of playing, and maybe those styles are going to clash a little bit. As Great Crossing, a little bit more from what I've been able to observe, possession-based, playing those short passes, just keeping the ball on their side of the field and patient and build-up, and maybe that's where that relentlessness comes from. Maybe Coach wants to be a little bit more on the front foot. And Frankfort High, very athletic, very purposeful in what they want to do. They attack fast, they counter fast, and that's what you saw play out against Western Hills.
65 goals in 17 caps, so they know how to put it in the back of the net. They opened up their season 8-1 over Henry County and had a couple of 8-goal games. So
Here's Stephen Beebe. This one cleared out by great crossing, but Frankfort High will have the throw right in front of their own bench. They ran afoul a little bit of the official as some gamesmanship on the part of some of the Panthers, and they would attempting to take the throw about 10 yards in front of where it was intended to be.
This is reminiscent of that first game of the tournament with the Great Crossing Warhawks. Just a lot of back and forth, trying to possess the ball.
Seth Tucker not really getting all of that one on the clearance, so Great Crossing had a chance for a brief moment, just didn't have the numbers.
Frantic pace here. BB. Nice through to Grant Shelton. Now the Panthers will try to set up a little bit.
A long throw. Frankfort High with a chance. Kitchell trying to get it turned around, tried to spin and shoot in the same motion. Cleared by Great Crossing this time.
Hepp in the midfield, loses it. Gets it back.
Yeah, Great Crossing making the turn that time from the midfield. That one's going to spill its way out to Warhawk and just not able to get a solid foot to it. We've got a collision over on the far side. Unintentional, and I think both players, some good sportsmanship there. And it's going to get pretty spirited between these two teams because they're, Great Crossing's playing to avenge that loss in this game last year, and Frankfort High is really just, they always play with a lot of spirit, a lot of grit, and it'll be fun to watch.
All the way across the pitch there.
Here we see the number 9 for the Panthers.
It's Josiah Connor.
Josiah Connor, who had a couple of really close chances at goal. He's kind of playing a little bit as a false 9. Great Crossing with the throw here, but not committing a whole lot of bodies forward just yet. I think that's just out of respect for the ability that Frankfort High has on the counter.
Quick strike. I think that's Logan Hepp. Can't really see. Long throw into the box.
Headed back across, hoping that somebody would be on the far post.
Great idea, but no one there.
It's a hard bit of skill to pull off, too. Here's Kittrell. Had his legs taken out from the back of him.
All the way back to the keeper. Purcell had a heck of a game the other night. Ended up with the shutout.
Yeah, really both keepers having quite the game, Purcell and Caleb Sullivan, and just a cruel way for Caleb Sullivan to lose that game the way he did. But it was, you got to hand it to Logan Hepp on that goal. Logan Hepp, the number 7 for Great Crossing, who scored that goal that sent them into the championship game about 2.5 minutes into the overtime period.
We get a look at Nathan Purcell. Huge boot on this kid, just really
switch fields
advantage.
Immediately, and that is such a feather in the cap to have for your attack, just the ability to get the ball upfield in a hurry.
Stops that clearance, still
There's
going
Hepp,
after it.
Fighting a couple of Panthers over there.
Hepp is not a big kid. He probably goes 135 pounds.
Yeah, he won the throw in, and I think he let number 22 there, Parker Coblin, know about it as well.
Yeah, he will do that.
Throw in, Tracy just tries to collect it. It looked like it just kind of bounced up and into his midsection. The player for Great Crossing, number 24, is kind of like you. He thought maybe there was a hand involved, but I think it might have just been right in the stomach of Caleb Tracy.
Well, I thought it was on Barron. I thought Barron was the handball, but
you may be right.
We need to get binoculars, I think.
Yeah.
This is a very back and forth match. very unlike the girls' game, which was very much controlled by the Lady Warhawks. This is frantic almost.
And this might be one of the first games we've had the entire tournament where we haven't had a goal in the first 5 minutes.
Turn and a long shot.
It's going to be tough to get anything on frame that way.
Ethan Barron just taking a rip at it.
So we see the replay here.
Just turns and has some space, but not on the frame of the goal.
Yeah, I think he just pivoted a little too much into it.
Was that a push?
Yep, they're going to get.
It wasn't much of a push, but it got him down on his backside, and that's going to get called every time.
Let's take a look at the replay here.
Yeah, just
coming
more
in late.
Of a trip up than a push, but.
Yeah, if you come in that late and the player hits the ground, you're kind of just asking to get the foul
you're
call.
getting the call.
But only a foul, and I think that's the right call. And officials not wanting to put anybody in the book this early in the game.
Yeah, we were talking about how sportsmanlike the first game was. This game, I think, could get chippy. There's a couple of personalities on both sides of the field that are they're confident young men.
There's a nice turn by Kittrell. He's got space to work in on the left side. He's got Connor alongside with him. Lays it off. Shigoya falls down, and he will get the free kick call.
They're going to get Tommaso Grecki there on the call.
Yeah, I want to see this again. That was a great turn by Kittrell. Turns it back, sees his options, lays it off, and I think getting there a little late was Shigoya. So I think, yeah, I would be kind of like you for number 26 there for great crossing. Tommaso, I would be a little bit aggrieved by that. I didn't see a whole lot in that challenge.
No, I didn't either. I thought they were both going for the ball. The Frankfort Panther guy had a little better angle on it, but they arrived very much at the same time.
Shigoya steps over, and Beebe tests Purcell from distance, but Nathan Purcell comfortably wraps that up.
Almost nonchalant. Just, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what purpose Purcell's wall was serving for him there. Because, I mean, that ball was always going to come in at an angle for Beebe. It might have been just to keep from Beebe playing that through ball just down the left channel.
Hip with a touch there, and nobody behind him.
Yeah, Connor with a nice job to bring that down into the path of Kittrell. Kittrell turning here. He's got Connor on his left. He's got Shigoya through the middle. Lays it off for Connor and not able to run it down.
Too strong.
Yeah, it's tough to play a pass. Those delicate passes get just a little bit tougher on the turf.
Play it all the way back. Across the face of the goal. This is crazy.
Yeah, that is.
You don't see that every day.
That's some confident play out of your back line. This kind of gives coaches gray hairs, but they pulled it off.
They did that time. I bet they don't try that again. Coach Maxwell will be giving them an earful.
We've seen both teams, Lanny, here in the first 10 minutes, just kind of dipping their toe in the water.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's.
They don't teach you that.
Yeah, I think, you know, he'd rather his goalkeeper kind of come out and maybe put his foot through that.
I agree.
Prior to seeing that happen. We've seen both these teams just kind of feeling each other out a little, you know, just.
It's been intense, but nobody able to really get control of it.
We're seeing that man get a little bit more influence in this game as it goes on here as BB. That's what he likes to do. He likes to just go at defenders. And he's got the kind of control and skill to do that, and game IQ as well.
Referee's letting the game unfold without much of a.
Yeah, this through ball's got Hepp in a little bit of space down here on the left channel. Cuts it to his right, looking for a place to shoot. Step over again. He's going to lay it off and just a little bit too far. I believe that was Bourget over there on the far side who just couldn't knock that down.
Look at BB work here.
Stefan Beebe.
Just controlling the ball. Two defenders on him. Tries to get the call, no call.
He's got that combination of skill, strength, and speed that just, it's such a joy to watch a midfielder work in with that skill set.
He's a big guy.
And he also has such a brain for the game as we saw last night. It's really been a joy watching him play over his Frankfort High career.
He will definitely be on the all-tournament team. Maybe a couple others. Logan Hepp probably on the all-tournament team.
Stefan Beebe, also the homecoming king for Frankfort High this year.
Hey, congratulations, Mr. Beebe. Battle there in the midfield. Try to get a strike on it.
That would have been something special if Bourget had been able to score from that. We've seen some pretty special goals over the years here on the Game of the Week. I was talking with Brad Thomas about some of those last night. Of course, there was a famous one a couple of years back with a young man for these Frankfort High Panthers, Bailey Spade, who scored from about the 52-yard line.
Oh, gosh. Hepp is down there 1-on-2.
Throw in. Frankfort High. Throw in. Frankfort High.
Panthers will get a throw in right in front of the Great Crossing bench.
Right on with the head there, but nice job, Mr. Grecky. All the way down and handled by Seth Tucker.
Now, do you think Coach Maxwell is going to get in trouble for having to work on his daughter's birthday?
Well, I think his daughter got a trophy tonight, so she's probably okay with it.
High into the air goes the ball. Here's Josiah Connor.
Let's say
Chips it out.
say his wife Nicole is in the stands taking phone calls. She's a real estate agent in Georgetown. She stays busy.
Got a substitute waiting to come in for Frankfort High, but the official not ready to have that happen just yet.
My goodness.
Still waiting.
Here we
And finally, we see it, and that's going to be number 8. That is Lakin Smithson Saxena. I believe that's the pronunciation.
go. Nice turn there by Hepp. Just
Yeah,
muscled
that's-
off the ball, though.
That's going to be a fun battle. Logan Hepp on that left side against, that time it was Wayne Scott. He was going up against Cal Wayne Scott, the sophomore.
Tries to use the ball on the turn, and they're going to
Just say that a little bit too much of the shoulder there.
I don't know about that call. That was shoulder to shoulder, and he had the ball with his feet. They ended up calling the foul. But
Yeah, usually you see more leverage given to the attacker as far as officiating in that situation.
big bouncer there.
Josiah Connor just having to try his best not to touch the ball with his hand there, and in the confusion, Great Crossing takes the possession, and now
Great turn.
Yeah,
Here's
running
Hepp
towards
trying to
that
get
goal.
down there and
Hepp just unable to keep it in.
bring in the real estate.
Checking in from Frankfort High, number 8.
Here comes Lakin Smithson Saxena.
I think he's going to come in for Josiah Connor.
Lincoln.
Saxena.
Says the PA announcer. 15 minutes in, and we've had maybe one shot and a lot of frantic possession, trying to hold possession, but really tough nose defense all over the place.
Yeah, and good defensive discipline.
That was a lot of ball.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice tackle.
The fans are upset, but
Yeah,
that was textbook soccer.
I think sometimes people forget that this is not a no-contact sport. You just
No.
have to do it the right way, and that was a perfectly timed tackle.
That was all ball.
That's what these defenders love
Watch
to do
watch
as
the
well.
feet and the ball.
Let's take a look at it here. Yep. And
As long as you get the ball and get a good chunk of it and you're making a play on the ball, what happens after that is inconsequential, even if it's a broken leg. Sometimes it is.
with some, there are some. With anything, there are some exceptions there.
Certainly.
But in general, yes, that is the case.
Certainly some exceptions. But
Here's Kittrell.
as long as they're playing the ball, it can be considered a clean tackle.
There are times where I think sometimes people maybe go in, they get the ball, but they've got both feet showing the studs. I think that's when you start to get into dangerous play territory.
Yes.
But that is kind of more to your point. I think you are correct. Like, that's just a perfectly timed tackle we saw there.
That was a great play.
Kittrell just managed to keep himself onside. I
Dangerous
believe still
here.
with it. Kittrell, I think, was looking over at the linesman and saw that he had about a step left onside and went to get the ball and nearly got something out of it. Take a look at him there. I think he saw that the captain defender for Great Crossing was a step behind him. And again, Kittrell with it right in front of goal. Here's
BB is in the
going to
box
work,
here.
and this time I think he is offside.
Has a word or two with the referee. It's not wise to have 3, and then he leaves the ball. And it's
well, that's a senior. He knows exactly how far he can push it.
Yeah,
he did pick up a yellow card last night late in the game, so something to watch out for. But that was for time wasting.
Oh, that was a great idea. Just a little too rough, a little too hard on the pass back.
Comes to throw in from Wainscott. Looked like he was looking for Kittrell and just didn't get enough on that throw. Shelton
Panthers
coming down the right side. A lot of zip on that pass back to your goalkeeper.
There was some pace on that. They do trust their goalkeeper with pace. He's been up to the task. Here's a chance.
Goya taking that shot from distance. That's such a great job by Purcell to get his hands to that. Thought I might have heard a whistle in the build-up there. Let's take a look at this again. That ball just a little bit too heavy, and that first touch a little bit heavier, and that looked like it was Saxena coming in to hit that with his right foot.
It was Smithson Saxena. But there was a whistle back there, as you said, so that did not actually happen.
Yeah, the ball may have gone out.
There was a stoppage of play before that.
Saxena wearing number 8, and I love seeing those 1 through 10 numbers out there. It's just really a lot of tradition with the game in those numbers and their appointed roles. The number 8 typically, that midfielder sits just behind the attackers.
Yep.
Then you'll get a number 7 who's really the one who's the
what
distributor.
What a ball.
And here's the number 7, Hep.
That'll be a corner.
Being able to distribute that in front of the goal. So corner for Great Crossing. Nope.
Oh, wow, they're going to call that a goal
Let's take a look at this
kick.
because I'm like you, Lanny. I thought that was.
They tried to say it was offside.
I thought that was a corner, but no, that's a good call. I think Hep touched it with the side of his foot last.
We are sitting pretty far away, so there's the referees are on the field, without a doubt. Dangerous here. If he can get it settled,
Nice
try to get a shot
Kittrell.
off.
Just not much space, and really didn't have any space and didn't have any friendly shirts around him. But it will get a throw.
Oh, they're going to call that.
They've been kind of late with that flag.
Yeah, that was very late.
Yeah, and there've been a couple times where it's been a little bit of a fake out where it'll come from one direction and go up the other.
Frankfort, we're midway through the first half here. Just want to note that. 20 minutes in, 60 minutes to wrestle.
Number 23, Cameron Roach coming in, the senior. We saw a little bit of him last night and had to come off in the second half. It's good to see him up and playing again. This one spilled. Kittrell pouncing on it. Taken out by Purcell. No call, and the ball pushed back into the midfield. Frankfort High getting back on it now. This will go out for a throw.
There was an in-between bounce, and Purcell didn't quite know what to do with it here, and he let the ball play him a little bit.
A little bit
Great
of
stop.
indecision. And I think probably a good no call there. Purcell did get his hands to the ball, and the keeper is given a lot of leeway in that situation by the officials in general.
I didn't think Purcell did anything wrong there, except he just misplayed the hop.
It's easy to do on this turf as well. And that'll be a goal kick for Purcell.
And now you get to see Purcell show off his leg here.
Does he play for the football team, or is?
I don't think he does, but there's no reason he shouldn't. If he does, I'm
really showed off the leg there.
Yeah, right. Frankfort pushed all the way back, so they just take the easy route. They'll play a little.
He contains multitudes.
Yep. Little pitch and chase here.
And that was Caleb Tracy, number 5, the junior defender.
Substitution checking in for great crossing, number 22.
Theo Kazi in for the Warhawks. Gotta like the stripe unis too.
Yeah, those are pretty sweet, I have to say. The stripe unis with the color scheme.
Nice move there. 1-on-2 though.
It's got a little bit of a similar color scheme, except not with the blue,
Oh.
with Lexington SC.
This was a
Yeah,
pretty good ball.
Bourget just leaning back and putting some torque into that one, and he nearly had Hep coming in for the header on the far post.
Able to get a really good touch on it. Just a little higher than Hep could get.
Starting to see some long sleeves come out with these players as well. Shigoya dropping back all the way to the back line to take this free kick. Big time push in the back there that
Wow.
didn't get seen.
That was out of play on. I don't get that, but all right.
Well, the advantage ended up going to great crossing, and the shot by Bourget just really never had any power behind it.
Yeah, I thought Seth Tucker was fooled there for a second, but he wasn't. I think he thought he was going to come with a lot more pace. Oh, look at
Let's
that.
take a look at that. Really, it just kind of, that push really sent, that was number 22, Theo Kazi. It kind of pushed him into the play. So in a way, it kind of helped him out.
Yeah, I don't understand the why on that. That's not a typical play you would make, just pushing a guy in the back, but
Gamesmanship.
I guess so. Was that Wayne Scott? I don't know who it was.
I think it was the elder Wayne Scott there, the senior.
There's a little something here. Got a guy.
That was Kittrell. You see Josiah Connor back in the game for Panthers.
Right off his.
He'll win a throw.
He knows he got played there. Right off his face too, I think.
Find it to Beebe, and you see the amount of defenders that Beebe draws towards him, and his work will earn a corner.
Yeah, BB is just hard to contain. He looks like a man among boys out there.
And he is the one that Coach Maxwell identified to you as that's the guy that you really have to contain if you're going to beat this Frankfort High team. Here's Shigoya. A little bit more within the boundaries of the rules, taking this corner than he was last night.
Right-footed, turning
in
out.
there. He had a couple of options there, just sailed kind of in between both of them.
Watch out.
Great crossing with the chance to counter here, but a heavy touch on the far side.
Handball.
Still with it. Yeah,
There's
missed a handball pretty clearly there.
Yep. Trying to get BB
Connor
free here.
Connor nearly saw like the ball fall into his path, and he had a free road clear towards goal.
Purcell whiffed on that one, but Warhawks end up with possession and take it out of bounds.
15 minutes left in this first half. We're still scoreless here between the Warhawks and the Panthers.
Bourget plays it middle.
There's Roach getting a touch in, plays it to Shigoya. He loses possession, and now here's Bourget for great crossing. Looking on the wing, I believe that was Hep on the far right.
The Hep's on the right-hand side right now.
He likes being on the right.
Nice ball toward the middle. Bourget,
nice job to keep the ball at his feet, just takes a swing at it with the left foot. Thought that might have taken a deflection right after it left his foot, but
I don't think he ever got it settled. He was trying to get it settled, never could get it settled. And
sometimes I think it's just like, he didn't have any friendly shirts around him and just said, I'm just going to have a shot at it rather than lose possession.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Goal kick Panthers here. Big boot out to midfield.
Takes a high deflection off of the Warhawks. And
sometimes I wonder if it's better to keep heading the ball around or try to get it settled. Like, if you can head it, why can't you try to control it with your feet and try to settle it down instead of losing possession with the header? But
that is a tough ball to play out of the air right down to your feet. That's one of the hardest skills to learn.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
So a lot of times I think the header is probably just the more, I guess for lack of a better term, rational play in that situation. But I'm like you. I like to see the guys try to, I like to see people bet on themselves.
Yeah, try to settle the ball, maintain possession.
Nice little flick on
here
by Beebe there. Got it to Kittrell, who was looking to get Connor out in space, but great crossing, doing a nice job to just drop numbers back.
I think we're going to see if there's going to be a goal here. In the
Kittrell did some dogged work there and just a little bit beyond the limit of the law.
If we're going to get a goal here, it's going to be one of those out of chaos goals where the ball lands at someone's feet. And yeah, just a little more than what you're allowed to do here playing from behind.
And those type of things, they tend to show up a little bit once the legs get a little bit more tired. I think you saw a little bit of jawing there between Kittrell and might have been Bourget on the left side.
Now here's Purcell, 35 yards away from his own goal.
I was going to say, if he plays this one short, don't know what to think anymore. Yeah, put his foot behind that one. That one came off the shoulder of Connor.
Controlled.
This one played into the path of Lucas Stewart.
Is he going to get?
Yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of chippiness like you mentioned,
yeah,
between these two teams. There's definitely no love lost between the players on these two sides. And last year, it was such a tough game that ended in penalties.
Coach Maxwell told me today, I said, you're moving on to the region anyway. And he goes, yeah, but we want to go there as 41st district champion. So, which no surprise, but this is not a glad to be moving on to regions. They want to win this one.
Well, it's not just about the seeding too. You also just have the confidence. It's always better to go in on a win.
Absolutely.
You've seen the ball go into the back of the net. You've seen your name up in lights on the scoreboard. That gives you that little bit of confidence that can carry you a long way in postseason play. Nice control by Saxon there.
The Warhawks want to do some damage in the regional. They're going to have to figure out how to score the ball a little bit more. They're possessing it some, but
yeah, and
they just don't really have the chances that you'd like to see.
And some of their results, we mentioned it in their game before, some of their results, they had a couple of bad results towards the end of the season that may have skewed their goals allowed and goals scored ratio. Sure. They don't give up a lot of goals either, and they're very, very disciplined on the defensive end.
Diego Juarez here, just with some words. Makes a good tackle.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't a good tackle.
He was way late sliding and probably knew it as soon as he started to throw himself to the floor there.
Yeah, I thought it was a good tackle and he made contact with the ball, but that wasn't the case.
And we've got some nice sportsmanship here as Caleb Tracy helping to get the injured Warhawk Cash Bourget off of the field. Let's take a look at the replay here. And I believe official just having a little word there.
Yeah, he was telling him
keeping a card in his pocket.
You're lucky I don't card you in that. And Juarez was like, okay.
Going back to what we just saw there, that really is a nice thing to see between these two teams, because we've talked about how feisty this matchup has been, but two guys that have been through this matchup a few times now.
Yep.
Caleb Tracy and Cash Bourget. That's what you like to see out of this game.
Otis Houghton in the game here.
Certainly not Cash Bourget having to go off, but some sportsmanship in the end.
I didn't see what happened to Bourget at all. We don't know yet.
Looked like it might have been definitely something maybe in the upper leg, but for whatever it was, for the moment, he was not ambulatory. So
yeah, unable to get himself off of the field, of the pitch.
Warhawks
finally get it settled down. Here they come, and that ball, not the best pass. Wayne Scott gets it into Beebe.
Nice job by Beebe to create some space for himself, and that'll be another foul. And at a certain point, we're probably going to start to see the card come out. Beebe in some pain there.
I didn't see, I'm not sure if this is real or a dive. We'll see if he can walk when he gets up.
A lot of times these players, they'll, and I'm not going to speculate because, I mean, you know, this could be a sore one. It looked like maybe he got stepped on a little bit there, or just the slide kind of got him. That's got to be painful, but sometimes there is also the element of just trying to buy yourself some time to catch your breath.
Right. He's got a little limp there going on.
Thankfully, he's up and looks like he's going to be able to continue unabated here. Shigoya puts his right foot through this. That's a dangerous spot for it. Purcell coming out to punch it with both hands. Still under threat as Connor gets his foot to it, tries to turn. And the ball is going to spill out to the left side. Great crossing now with the chance to counter, but Frankfort High doesn't see who that was. It might have been Tracy stepping up to just clear the danger there. Here's Connor trying the back heel, but just couldn't get any contact to it. Nothing happening and a lot happening.
Warhawks are trying to keep their discipline here with their spacing. Now they switch fields.
Lost the ball out of bounds.
Got some raucous fans here complaining. What? Where was that from?
And that one's going to roll out. So Frankfort High, these two teams, I mean, this is the definition of, you know, literally and, you know, philosophically, the definition of a stalemate so far, because they're just really still kind of canceling each other out.
Yeah, nobody can get a real advantage. And what advantage that the Panthers have had, Purcell has taken it away with some stellar play. I look for him to be on the all-tournament team. He had a clean sheet in his first game, and he's made a couple of big saves and a couple of really heady plays here so far in this one. And they rely on him for the advantage with goal kicks and all those kinds of things.
Yeah, we talked about it in the first game with the Great Crossings goalkeeper, Hannah Baird, who probably couldn't count on one hand the amount of touches she actually had in the entire tournament.
Practically a night off in the first one.
And you might actually say the same thing about Seth Tucker, because Western Hills just never really able last night against Frankfort High to get anything going.
I don't know if Beebe intentionally let that go through, but it was.
Yeah, we'll take a look at this between
Bourget.
Tracy and Bourget, and I think, yeah, Tracy stepped on his foot. Didn't look intentional, but
I think they knocked knees. I thought that's what I saw. That hurts. Gosh, that hurts.
Yeah, that would kind of suggest that would kind of explain the way that Bourget was having to walk too. We've not seen Bourget yet, I don't think, so might not see him again this half. Hopefully, it's not terminal in terms of the game at least.
Oh, big ball! Oh,
yeah. Tucker.
Big bounce, and it wasn't on the frame of the goal, but it's one of those. You see that highlighted about every other year. Somebody gets one bouncing over their head, a keeper.
Yeah, he kind of lucked out, and that bounce was really tall, but it did take a little bit of the momentum off, which allowed him to get back into the play.
I had one of those happen to me once in soccer. It was awful, and it did go in.
Yeah, and everybody celebrates except the opposing keeper. It's sort of the goalkeepers union.
Yeah, they're not allowed to be happy.
Houston Hancock, I think in general that's just a truism.
Of goalkeepers?
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Houston Hancock into the game, number 10. Or excuse me, that's number 21.
Throwing Frankfort High.
Right next to number 10, Philip Kittrell. And there's Hancock preparing to take the throw for the Panthers. 5 minutes left in this first half. We're still scoreless.
Dangerous in the box. Crossing trying to press it out here.
Yeah, on the turn now for great crossing. Has it taken away.
And has it taken away from him.
Again, just
Now some shape starting to take place here. Here's Hep. And he is tackled.
Hep checked. That's Tracy over on the far side, and he's hearing about it from the great crossing faithful.
Hep is talking to the official.
You see on the floor show replay.
Yep.
And it was actually Tracy that kind of came in on the back end of that, as BB was the first one to really put his shoulder down.
BB just knocked him down.
Yeah, and I think BB acknowledging that goes over to, you know.
I mean, sometimes shoulder to shoulder when a guy is giving up 30 pounds is. You know,
Also, when somebody's running at full speed, it doesn't take a lot to knock them off their feet.
it's true.
I think that's one misconception about soccer sometimes, the amount of players that you see hit the turf.
Go short.
There's the shot from distance,
Oh my
hits the top of the
gosh.
crossbar. Following it in is Hep, I believe, and
No, that's-
or excuse me, that was another player, but wow, so close to notching on the scoreboard. That was number 4, Jacob Stewart, actually, who nearly, or
Giovanni Ramos.
Giovanni Ramos. Great
Oh.
crossing, still under threat. Here's the that's
Shot!
the replay
Oh,
that
this
we're
is
seeing.
the replay.
Yeah,
I thought that was live.
couldn't get the words out quick enough. That's on me. Here comes the corner, and this is not a replay, I assure you.
Hooks it in.
Comes in, and that is so close. Goes off the foot of a Warhawk, I believe. Didn't see who got up for that header, but nearly the first goal. And now Kittrell with a chance to break away, but great crossing, steps in front of it, and they'll take a chance to reset and maybe take a little of the temperature out of this,
unforced error.
but couldn't keep it in their feet.
Had a chance to keep it forward, keep it up in the defensive end, and just couldn't do it. And now they have to.
That is definitely both sides. That is the closest that we've had to a goal scored in this first half.
Huge swing here. Now
Kittrell.
the Panthers have it on the in the box.
Yeah, Kittrell, like making a little bit out of that. I think he had thrown a little bit of his shoulder in to get himself some space, and then realized where he was and just tried to take a shot, but also just kind of tried to make himself as big as possible, and hits the turf, but not getting the call. And gonna get a card here for showing up the official, which I think is probably the right call. I think he kind of knew what he was doing there.
I don't know if he did or didn't. I thought he was just trying to give the ball back to the other team, and the official took it the wrong way. But I don't know. We're not.
Yeah, as we see the number 10 for Frankfort High, who has to come out. As we
we'll
see on
see
the
it.
replay here. Yeah, there may have been something said too that had an influence on that.
Yeah, not sure. Anyway, yellow card out. He's off, and he'll be back in the second half most likely.
We will give the official the benefit of the doubt on that, because he's on the surface of play and can hear a lot better than we can up here.
Houghton trying to work the ball down the sidelines.
Ball
Dangerous
sails
ball
over
here.
Wayne Scott's head.
Tucker there to clean it up. Great boot to the other side of the field.
And just coming through the back of... I really saw that going the other way. I thought Shigoya had position. Here's Connor trying to play it forward. Panther coming to put their boot through that. 45 seconds left. Make sure you stay with us for the Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show. It'll be coming your way probably about a minute and a half, so stay with us. We'll have the highlights and discussion from this first half of play, which has been more akin to a chess match, I think.
All action, for sure. No one really able to get much advantage. That's where I'd like to see that ball settled instead of headed forward. You don't have nearly as much control that way. And the officials a little quicker on the whistle now than they had been.
Yeah, I think just trying to take some of the temperature out of this.
10 seconds.
There's BB just trying to get his shoulder into it.
BB is forced to deal with.
As we see this one coming to an end. Shot at the last bit, and it's going to go just wide of the far post, and that is going to bring the first half to an end with Frankfort High, their best chance on goal thus far, but goes begging, and our first half will end scoreless. Stay with us as we've got some discussion on the pitch.
Are they going to call that a penalty kick?
Possibly. I'm kind of waiting to see the officials' decision. Players haven't left the pitch yet.
I think we're going to see a penalty kick here.
I'm starting to feel that way as BB is kind of lining up over there. And, yeah, that's what's going to happen. I didn't really see what the call was.
And the referee is, I think, coming to have a discussion with the coaches.
Yeah, Nick Maxwell, I believe, wants an explanation. As BB steps over this and is waiting for his chance to take a penalty, and this is a position that he won the title last year for Frankfort High from, the penalty spot.
It's BB versus Purcell.
Yeah, let's take a look at this on the replay. BB with the quick throw in, goes over the top. I believe that's Shelton. And there it was. That was Purcell coming through and following through with the legs and really didn't have to do that. And now he's put himself behind the 8 ball here.
The question is, was there any time on the clock when that occurred? I don't even know. I guess that is a referee discretion, but.
I believe so. I believe that was the final kick of the ball.
All right.
BB lining up to take this shot from the penalty spot. Can he put the Panthers up to go into the halftime break? He can.
Crossed up Purcell and went left-hand side, and that is a goal, Frankfort.
Frankfort High goes to celebrate with their fans. And that brings us to halftime as the Panthers go in 1-0 on top of great crossing on the last kick of the game. And let's show you how we got there. As BB celebrating, confidently slotting in that penalty, as you'll see here.
Here's the first replay.
Just a little stutter step hesitation.
Yep, that's really popular now.
It's just a nightmare for the goalkeeper. Purcell having to stay on his line. He guessed left, BB went right, and that is the story. As Stephen BB getting on the scoreboard for the first time in this tournament. And that is the score at halftime, 1-0. Frankfort High on top. Stay with us. We'll have the Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show coming your way in just a little bit here on Cable 10.
Classic Goldmaster Jewelers, 859 East Main Street.
Game of the Week halftime show is brought to you by Classic Gold. Art-carved class rings are available at Classic Gold Master Jewelers on 859 East Main Street in Frankfort.
In today's fast-paced housing market, you need realtors with experience who understand that timing is essential when finding the perfect home for the right price. Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher are here to ensure that you and your family have a positive experience from start to finish.
Real estate is what we do. and families are why we do it.
Welcome back to Benny Watkins Field, where night has fallen and the Panthers have gone up 1-0 on top of Great Crossing late in this first half, and this is the story of how we got there.
This is the Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show. And this is BB right here, Stephon Beebe, working the ball, 1-on-3. Look at him just powering it through there.
Yeah, really the attack for Frankfort High just goes through Beebe. You see some defending by Caleb Tracy there.
That was a great stop. There were some not so great ones too.
Kittrell nearly getting to that one and nearly getting a boot to the face of Nathan Purcell.
Purcell has had such a huge tournament. Just gave up his first goal of the tournament. Should get to that in a second.
Huge free kick there, and Purcell coming in there, and kind of what you just see out of a little bit of a rivalry game, and that proves it.
BB knocking Hep down, or didn't knock him down, but knocked him pretty good. Hep is just kind of smiling. This was the closest chance the Warhawks had. Man, right off the crossbar. Couldn't get it in.
Almost nearly following that one in.
And yeah.
Chippiness there. And
yeah. That was in the box.
Kittrell a little bit frustrated, I think.
Had
a couple words to say there as well, and that might have been what got him in trouble, because I'm like you, Andy, I don't think the original problem, but speaking of trouble, Nathan Purcell got himself in some right there.
Purcell has to be sick over this. It was his penalty, and then BB doing what a really good player does, puts it in the back of the net on a penalty kick.
Goes to celebrate with the fans, and I'm sure, for the coach for Frankfort High, Austin Farmer, all his players climbing up on the fence at halftime, there's a little heart and mouth moment. He kind of wishes they wouldn't, put themselves in danger. But that is the story of the first half. Stay with us. We'll bring you all the action for the second, and we'll crown a champion here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
My best money tip is,
allow your money and other people's money to make money for you.
Think generationally, past yourself. Save, save, save.
Even if it's just $5.
Spend money on things that make sense to buy twice.
Pay back your student loans as fast as you can.
Take good care of your credit because it's buying power.
Start a retirement fund and invest in my 401k.
My best money tip is prepare for everything to go right.
Confidently manage your finances with more solid advice from WesBanco. Money doesn't make you wealthy. Understanding it does.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crusher. Choose local realtors that treat you like family, because real estate is what we do and families are why we do it. Reach out to the Hubbard team for all your real estate needs. Game of the Week is brought to you by WesBanco Bank. Money doesn't make you wealthy, understanding it does. So let's talk. Learn more at westbanco.com.
This time of year, it's all or nothing. And your Toyota dealers have all you need to pull you through the rain, snow, and mud that's headed our way. Now, during Toyota Truck Month, they've got more all-wheel drive choices, like the legendary 4Runner, the world-renowned Land Cruiser, the powerful Tundra, or this best-selling 25 Tacoma, which you can get with 2.99 APR financing, or lease a well-equipped 25 Tacoma for $269 a month. Get your Tacoma now during Toyota Truck Month. Toyota, let's go places.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, visit Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. The Game of the Week is brought to you by The Floor Show. The Floor Show wishes everyone a great sporting season. Be sure to see us for all your flooring needs and personalized customer service. We are just minutes away in Lawrenceburg at 1110 Bypass South, or call us at 502-839-6917. Follow and like us on Facebook too.
David Toll's Auto Pro customers can't go anywhere without him. No matter where life takes you, the David Toll's Auto Pro nationwide warranty is by your side.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by Goins Insurance. Family owned, family operated, protecting Central Kentucky since 1949. Call us for the same great rates and great service you've always been given. Call 502-875-4270 for your quote today.
Managing your utilities doesn't have to be stressful. With the MyFPB app, everything you need is right at your fingertips. Get 24/7 access to view and pay bills instantly, track electric and water usage, and even manage multiple properties. Go paperless. Turn on notifications and get real-time outage updates. Take control of your utilities anytime, anywhere. Download the MyFPB app now and make utility management easy. MyFPB, your utilities simplified.
We're back here at Benny Watkins Field on the Cable 10 Game of the Week alongside Lanny Brannick and the entire Cable 10 crew. I'm John Piesheimer on night 4, the third night proper, and night 4 of this tournament. We've brought you all the action, and we hope you enjoyed the Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show. Getting ready to kick off the second half, and Lanny, the complexion of this game changed entirely in the final second of the first half.
Literally the final second. BB, as you see right there, making a rush toward the goal, gets tripped probably unnecessarily. Or it wasn't BB that got tripped. Shelton, thank you. BB took the penalty kick. There was a penalty kick call, right call.
It was BB's work that really freed up Shelton on that run down the left-hand channel. So,
and this was like literally 9 seconds to go. Ball goes out of bounds. It's thrown in.
You see Nathan Purcell there in the background getting ready, and he, it was his save and the trailing leg on the save that caused the penalty.
Yeah, he's probably sick over that.
But he'll have to shake it off as Frankfort High on the attack early here.
So 1-0. 1-0 was the score last year.
And you mentioned a little bit earlier that it was going to take something chaotic, and I think that counts.
That was absolutely chaotic. These teams, I feel like, are evenly matched. I think Frankfort is a little more athletic than Great Crossing, but Great Crossing is a little bit better on the ball, a little bit better in possession, a little more methodical. Frankfort a little more explosive.
But I think Frankfort High has strengths, and there's something to be said discipline-wise for playing to your strengths well, and they do that. They do a good job of that. And,
yeah, they do.
And they do a good job in defense of covering each other, and it's sort of that same. Both of these teams have a little mentality of bend but don't break.
If you like watching soccer, this has been a really well-played soccer game at a pretty high level. And I feel like we're going to see something weird happen in the second half that will either tie this game up or give the Panthers a 2-0 lead. But
is it going to be weirder than a bat landing in the net?
I don't know.
Which we've already seen in this tournament.
I don't know if it can be weirder than that. It is Halloween month.
This will be a goal kick for the Panthers. Shigoya lining up to take this one.
Ethan Barron looks like he's a little bit gimpy there. Kind of walking gingerly. I don't know if he's sore or what.
Yeah, Barron leading the line at the moment for the Warhawks. Maybe just putting his foot behind that, trying to give Kittrell something to run onto down the left side. Maybe a little bit too much toe to leather.
Just taking an opportunity to get his team to push into the other field.
Great crossing, trying to work a little 1-2, and Kittrell caught the worst end of that. And play going to stop here. Great crossing. Not about trying to get play started quickly after that, but Kittrell, I think, a little shaken up by that. Who wouldn't be?
Look at Coach Nick Maxwell for the Warhawks, and the hat there in the middle. See referees checking on Kittrell.
And we've seen this every game that the Panthers, boys and girls, have played. Frankfort High in high spirits with their student section. Great support as always, and we even get to see the spirit stick, and I'm sure that'll be on display tomorrow when Eminence comes to town down at Bell Point, and we'll have all that action for you coming up tomorrow night. I believe you'll be on the call for that one.
Be on the call with my pal Andrew Hill, sitting in for Clint Goins. Although no one can fill Clint's chair, I'm going to sit in his chair anyway.
The recliner or the chair here? Okay. Clint was with us on night one. We had a lot of fun watching those games.
A couple of weeks, Clint and I will be on volleyball, and as I don't know as much about soccer as I know about volleyball, that's for sure. And Clint has played in recreational leagues for 40+ years now.
Yeah, that is definitely a place where I will take a back seat to the knowledge that you all have in that sport. I tried to call it one time, and I think it was a little bit of a disaster.
Volleyball, you have had to have played at some level. Clint played for so many years, refereed volleyball, ran some of the leagues here in town. So
there's a lot more esoteric knowledge involved in that sport than I imagined. So.
You know what? Soccer's no different. If you haven't played soccer, then you can't possibly know what you're looking at.
Down the left side here, the Warhawks.
I'm going to be interested
to claw their way back into this one.
Yeah, I want to see how they're going to press forward. At some point, they're going to have to press forward and take a chance that they have not normally taken in in the first game of the tournament or in the first half of this one.
And if there's any kind of silver lining to what happened there at the end of the first half, it did happen at the end of the first half. So that shell shock that you have giving up a goal, especially in those particular circumstances, you got a little time to shake that off that's not in the middle of the game.
Yeah, it was such a fluke too. I mean, it was just trying to get to the end of the play.
Throwing, great crossing.
Let's take a look at the replay here, and we've got the clock on the right side this time, and Lanny, you brought it up earlier that possibly this foul took place after the clock had hit zeros.
Oh, well,
and
no,
just when the clock
there was time on the clock when the foul occurred. So,
and I think that's part of the play anyway. So even had
if
that happened, that would have been a penalty.
I agree. It was the right call.
So good eye on the part of the official, and good job by our replay department, Mr. Doug Crow, and his merry band of replay gurus, including himself.
Yeah, Doug is the replay department. He cannot be replaced, and no one would ever think about it.
Doug Crow really just in his element with the sport, I believe.
He is.
As Connor had worked himself back on side, just didn't really have the numbers, did the Panthers there, but I always have to hold myself before a throw because this the linesman is kind of taking a little bit of a long walk to give us the direction that the throw is going.
Grecky and Shigoya, man on, man on.
Here's Wayne Scott just trying to play that cross-field ball. I believe that was Wayne Scott. We have three players with similar numbers and similar hairstyles.
Nice turn through traffic. That's not a foul.
Saxon put his shoulder into it. Does the shot from distance.
It was off the frame of the net, but I thought that was a foul there.
Yeah.
Referee's being a little lax in the first.
Yeah, that right-footed shot. The shot just a little bit of a chip shot, got underneath and took the power off of it. So Tucker was able to run and grab that pretty easily.
Warhawk just took one in the chin. I think he's okay, but head snap back.
Great crossing now on the attack down the left side.
Warhawks.
Long
shot.
Oh, had to save it. Had to be
save.
On his P's and Q's there was Seth Tucker. We talked about him not having a lot to do so far in this game, but that definitely, he was called into action, and he stood up to the challenge. Had to make that save because I think that was going to sail just under the crossbar.
I think it was very close. So we're going to have a corner kick here for Great Crossing. They're set up for that short corner.
Yeah, Hep over there. I think maybe just playing as a decoy, and that's exactly what it was. Coming into the far corner there was number 23 that was Theo Kazia, or that was actually Zachary Link coming in from the far corner.
Great play there from Kai Wainscott to head that ball out. Right place, right time.
And Hep back over on his preferred left side.
Which side does he like? The left, or I think he just likes being on the field. He played left most of the night last night. He's played some right tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things, and when Brad Thomas was here last night, we discussed that a little bit. Just having that player that's got a little bit of creative license just to get to the ball wherever it happens to be on the field, not really being so
keep her out
positionally,
that is
doctrinaire.
I don't know how that's not a foul on the box.
Yeah, great
there.
crossing, definitely wanted a foul. And
the keeper essentially tackled the forward there.
I think the keeper was going for the ball, and that is
a handball.
Yeah, that's absolutely a handball. You can't not call that. But the keeper, Seth Tucker, had slid for that, and I think he was already sliding down when the players decided to come towards the ball. Maybe that's what kind of saved him there.
Shigoya gets away with a handball.
And that's a handball in the box that they missed. I think it was unintentional. But handball is always one of those tricky things that's left up to the officials' interpretation.
Purcell way out of his box.
Yeah, and this could burn him if he doesn't get back, but he's back on his line now.
Through ball. Here's some danger.
Yeah, Tucker having to come out and clear that way out of his box. We've seen both keepers have to go on little road trips.
The action is intensifying here, that's for sure.
Yeah, and we're only 10 minutes into the second half. Great crossing really knocking on the door here.
Cross into the middle, pretty good ball.
They were looking for Hep, and that one just kind of sailed wide.
Touched too much.
Checking in for Frankfort High is number 10.
Going to get some substitutions in the game.
Kittrell in for Frankfort High.
Yeah, we'll take a look at this penalty, and I think that's a good call on the official. Like, Tucker, you're always going to give the keeper that. The keeper really has a lot of leeway in that situation to go get the ball, and the follow-through was kind of what got him, but, I mean, Tucker really stopped sliding at that point. It was the forward momentum of the attacker that was really the part that took him down.
I think it looked worse in the moment than what it was.
I agree.
It definitely looked like a foul, like in real time. Gosh, everybody on the ground now.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of physicality in the game now. As long as it stays within the boundaries of, you know, not anything dirty. That's what we like to see, is nice spirited game.
Well, the only card we've seen was from basically a misunderstanding. I think it was. The referee is there, obviously, on the field.
Shigoya got a little bit too much on the side of the boot with that, and that'll be a throw-in for the Warhawks.
Now, Frankfort is content to push back. Now they come forward and with pressure.
And this is the save from Tucker that tips it over the top of the crossbar, and that is why they still have a one-goal lead in this game.
Great extension there.
We talked about Nathan Purcell making a case for the all-tournament team, and that was definitely one in the column for Seth Tucker. Great crossing with the throw as they sort of inch up the field here.
Yep, with it. Taken away, booted out. Is Frankfort being more defensive now than they were in the first half? I feel like Great Crossing has more of the ball. Frankfort is in a more defensive posture.
I think in a way Frankfort High does like to sort of play on the counter.
Here.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a card, a tug of the shirt and a pullback on Kittrell. Kittrell has been frustrating and frustrated, and I think he probably likes that since he was the recipient of a card in the first half.
Yeah, Kittrell, I don't know if he was baiting his defender there, but he's I think there's a lot of talking that we can't hear out here.
Yeah, I would say that probably accounts for quite a bit of the officials' interventions in this game thus far. But you're not going to get away with that. That's pretty blatantly obvious.
Yeah, Zachary Link, the senior, with the card, and he is off the pitch for a moment.
Brandon Roach, number 23, coming to the game. You see him in the bottom half of your screen. Shigoya, the big boot into this one. Purcell just watches it sail into his grasp. Puts a big boot behind it going the other direction.
Gorgeous. Crossing tries to settle now into Hep.
Yeah, that was Bourget playing that ball into Hep. And we'll have to see where this throw goes.
That'll be a Frankfort throw off Hep.
Here's Shelton. He was the one that drew that penalty right at the death of the first half.
Now there's some talk.
A little talk with the crowd too, I believe.
Wayne Scott on the throw in here. Gets it to BB. We haven't heard a lot from BB in this half.
BB with the quick throw there, looking for Shelton. Shelton makes himself a menace there in front of goal, but this time Purcell is able to get there in time.
Took it right off his foot. Unless he missed it, I just didn't see it right.
I think just Shelton may have just gotten crowded out at the last second. There were a couple of Warhawks there.
Purcell walks it up and then kicks it all the
Pushing
way
the back on Roach, but I don't think he would have gotten to that one anyway. And yeah, a little talk there as Tucker kind of making his point known with the slow fall down and kind of the little mocking time wasting there.
Yeah, a little chippy here. Couple of touches and
was Parker Coblin heading that out, and yeah, I kind of wonder what was said there that we didn't see, but a little fun there.
Cash Bourget is back in the game, number 3. He went off earlier after knee knock.
That's a good thing to see. It looks like he's up and
he's on the ball there.
No worse for wear.
He definitely was having some struggle. That wasn't a dive. Here's a shot.
Shot from distance and no direction on that. And Seth Tucker is he's putting on a show over there. Having a little fun.
It's a game.
It's been a fun tournament. You know, we've
had all kinds of we've had every kind of game you can have.
That's right. We've had football games, football score lines, and some tight tournament games. I think the only thing we hadn't seen was what we saw at the end of the first half here.
How many games have you called this week, John?
This will be number.
Is this number 10?
This is number 8.
Number 8, okay. So you had the play-in games, boys and girls, and then you had night 1, boys and girls, night 2, boys and girls.
And now we're at our final game of the evening and of the week for me. As I'll be stepping behind the camera tomorrow as we head out to Bell Point for Eminence coming to town to play the Frankfort High Panthers on the football field.
Yep. I'll be on the call with Andrew Hill. It's the David Tolles Auto Pro Tire and Auto Service sponsoring football and this week's soccer. Our thanks to them.
Yeah, they've been such great partners, allowing us to bring these sports for so many years, as long as I've been working here, and I've been doing games since 2007. So just a fixture here and a great partner with us in bringing these games to you, and it's been so much fun bringing all this action in every sport for these local schools.
This is such a unique, entity, the Frankfort Plant Board. Lots of local programming. What is?
Yeah, I think there's got to be something going on between Seth Tucker and number 24 there, Ethan Barron. That I feel like they're both kind of in on it a little bit.
Is he trying out for the school play? He's trying to show what?
I mean, there is an element of time wasting within the rules, and when you're up 1-0, that does kind of come into play. But I think we're a little, it's a little early in the night for that.
Yeah. There's 22 minutes left. It's too soon to be wasting time.
You really don't. With BB there pressing in the midfield, you don't have time to be.
Warhawks were trying to put something here together there, and just a little too hard with the touch there.
That is the one thing about having a guy like Stephen Beebe in the middle of the field. He presses with so much strength and so much speed that any hesitation you have on the ball can be deadly, because he's going to be right there nipping at your heels.
That was throwing great crossing because the throw-in went out of bounds. Don't see that often.
Great crossing with a step inside the inline, throwing it in there, and that was actually missed. Shigoya takes a tumble. Warhawks with the throw in. Great Crossing has definitely had the lion's share of the chances here in the second half as we're almost halfway through it.
I don't understand this. You've got multiple guys open and you throw it into a crowd of Panthers.
I think you have to throw the ball upfield because with a team that can break as quickly as Frankfort High, you don't want to leave that ball anywhere where your guys are standing still and the other guys have a chance to get ahead of steam running towards it.
So you're saying this is strategic?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. That was, tried to make a nice touch there, but
I think it's a little bit of playing the percentages.
Here's Bourget in space.
Bourget looks like he's moving around okay. He had a shot earlier. Looked like he wanted to take another one. Does a little pirouette. Frankfort High unable to clear, but finally getting a foot to it, and it goes to Kittrell. Kittrell holding up. Lays it off for Roach, who's in the game now. Saxena with a nice little flare play there, I believe. No, that's Shelton. I'm sorry. It's 7, not 8. And Shelton has a chance to turn the corner going shoulder to shoulder, and he just tries to put a cross in, but threw a little bit too much of the shoulder in that time, and Great Crossing will get a free kick out of the occurrence.
Purcell with put his boot to it. Just keeps it in the middle of the field.
Looked like Purcell was kind of caught in two minds there, or he was caught in one frame of mind and the defender was caught in another.
Not too far from having Purcell come out and start playing a little in the field. Maybe about the 3 to 4 minute mark.
Frankfort High, I believe, just starting to drop back a few yards, letting the play develop in front of them, just trying to stay secure and stay tight, and maintain that 1-goal lead. And this is a part where a team like Great Crossing might have a little bit more of an easy time playing against that style than some other teams because they're used to having to play the ball in tight spaces, play with just, you know, kind of a wall of defenders in front of you, and being able to possess the way they do and being able to move the ball the way they do. When you're facing a team that's lying back like that, it does help to be able to be comfortable in those situations.
Yep, with the ball into the middle. Try to get it turned, no luck.
Yeah, Barron just could not get that turned around. Here's the right-footed shot, really going nowhere, but it takes a friendly bounce for the Warhawks. Still with it. Coming in as Bourget takes a left-footed shot, runs into Tracy, I believe that was.
Great Crossing with a great sense of urgency here.
And I believe Frankfort High was asking for time there, and Great Crossing continuing with play, which, you know, if the official keeps it going, they are entitled to do. And now we have a little bit of a time, as I think we might have an injured player for Frankfort High.
Now they're going to have subs.
Or, yeah. I think that was what
they were
senior,
the
senior Brandon Roach was kind of the one that was trying to, I think he was calling his own number trying to get subbed, and that's what I thought was maybe a signal for a stoppage of play.
Josiah Carter into the game for the Panthers. BB just showing his superior strength. My goodness.
Wins the throw.
Even when he's not on the ball, exactly, he's affecting the game. You have to know where he is all the time.
I've been trying to think of a player that he reminds me of, just with his amount, just the combination of skill and pace that he has. And
this is going to be a corner kick for the Warhawks.
Great Crossing.
Bourget there in the middle.
Put a pin in that for a second. See if it gets knocked out from under me.
Keeper was at the near post, and he's still at the near post directing traffic.
Yeah, one man out to kind of face up to the corner, and that's Shelton.
And yeah, the referee, there was a lot of jostling in there.
Yeah, just going and trying to settle things down. I think he's going to have a talk with, you know, Beebe just kind of making his presence felt in there with Ethan Barron and Tucker.
All right, now we hug it out a little bit. The referee had stopped the clock, so now here we go. Tell him to cut it out, basically.
And they go right back to it the second he steps away. Gotta love it.
Get their hands up, doing a
great
cross. Oh, my goodness.
Headed out by Caleb Tracy. That is a goal that did not happen. Caleb Tracy just took that goal off the scoreboard. Warhawks pressing again. Bourget takes the left-footed shot, spills out wide.
Hep with it now, trying to control it, can't. Wow.
What a fantastic goal line clearance. And that was, I believe, number 5, Caleb Tracy, who took that one off the scoreboard.
That was the if not the best chance, the second best chance the Warhawks have had. And
I thought it was in the back of the net.
Yeah, Seth Tucker has been up to the task all night long.
There's Shigoya putting his foot to it.
Nice back heel.
Yeah. That's a good reading of the game by Shigoya to see where that was going. He came all the way back from the goal line to clear that one.
Right.
I believe that was Caleb Tracy, number 5, who just stood his ground on the goal line, headed that one out, and had to do it.
So Frankfort will get to move all of their guys up on this throw-in, leaving the ball. This is a professional time wasting right here.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. This is what I'm waiting on. So what? No, it was actually Wayne Scott who got to it.
Wow.
And Tucker had missed the shot, and I believe that was going to either creep in or be knocked in on the far post. So that was actually, that was number 6, the senior Kai Wayne Scott.
Ball in the middle. If they can get it settled, it's a chance, and they cannot. There's an air of desperation right now on the side of the Warhawks. You can just feel it. Everybody's pressing a little bit. Here's Beebe.
Yeah, and you know, it goes back to what you were saying earlier in your discussion with Coach Maxwell for the Warhawks. I forget what exactly the...
Relentless around the goal is what he said. And while they have been, they just have not had the chances. They've had a couple. And either by chance or by really great play, they have not come up with a goal yet.
And that is the one interesting thing about this game, you know, the sport among other sports, is it can just really go your way everywhere but on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Like, you can dominate a game and lose 2-0, and it's a very legitimate result. And it's just, there is an element of chance to it, and you are trying to put yourself in the best position possible. But the only thing separating these teams right now is that late penalty. And, you know, if the score line holds, that's one of those things that Purcell, who's had a great game so far, is really just going to have to hold his hands up after this one, you know, and apologize to his teammates. And I'm sure his teammates are going to pick him up. And I'm kind of like you. I don't think there was any intent in it. It was just, you know,
just one of those plays. Cal Wainscott loses the ball out of bounds, frustrated with himself. Settled there by Bourget.
I do think on this Frankfort High back line, there's a little bit of pride at stake right now. They really want to keep this clean sheet.
They're going to get him a card. That was a little bit of acting on BB's part. He's not.
Yeah, I want to see this possibly at some point again. BB does appear to be in a lot of pain.
It looked like a normal soccer play to me. You see that play all the time.
I think it's one of those that if it hits you right in the side, if you get hit, it looked to me the way he's grabbing it, it might have been like the studs on the side of the leg, which can be very, very painful.
That can be painful. Yeah, they're booking whoever got him in the leg.
Let's take a look at this here. on the floor show replay. Yeah, he got stepped on right there. I can see every bit of why he was in so much pain. And Bourget just following through on the play. Again, he gets the yellow card because, you know, you show him the studs. You're just giving the official an excuse to card you. But
yeah, he knew he was getting booked after that. And Bourget is off for a few. How long? I don't know how long they have to be off. I just know that they go off.
BB has shaken off the studs to the side and is back in it.
Looks like he's back to health.
There's Connor laying it off. It was really kind of creative little through ball and nearly found the feet of Kittrell.
Yeah, it didn't look like much, and then all of a sudden it was in the box.
I'm not going to tell anyone, you know, what their pain threshold is, but maybe a little bit of playing it up. I'll give you that.
What, in football? No. It's part of the culture. It truly is. It's just the way it is.
Well, a lot of that too, I think, as BB takes the left-footed shot, it is spilled out. BB follows it up and nearly gets a foot to it. A lot of that too is just wanting to do anything you can to point out foul play to the officials and leave them with the decision to make. And it's not always trying to get something for free. A lot of times you're just trying to kind of demonstrate patterns that the official might not be seeing. But BB, from that little sprint, appears to be none the worse for wear.
No, that was all him too. That was a phenomenal play.
We're at a stoppage play here as we've got a collision there. I think that's going to end up being a free kick for Great Crossing.
So this Houghton. Purcell stopped that ball, and then as BB tried to follow up, I think he snatched it away from him and had something to say to him as he went by.
Great Crossing with the free kick, and they're going to get as many bodies forward as they can as the free kick comes in. Headed up and over by Tracy, and that's going to be a corner for Great Crossing. Is still quite a bit left, but the seconds are ticking away. The clock not the friend of the Warhawks.
No, not at all. About to have 660 seconds left.
That's impressive. I could never have come up with that number. I know you're rounding by, 10 times 6.
Is this a shot? Here it is, chipped in. Nope.
I think that was, I didn't see who that was. Number 26 taking that. That was Tommaso Grecchi, I believe. Again, from our vantage point, we do have a little trouble seeing the numbers here. Yep, that was.
It was Grecchi, yeah.
Yep. I agree with you. Those, I do like the traditional orange and white, mainly because it's easier to see the numbers, but those blue and green stripes are pretty sweet. I love the hoops.
Panthers back the other way. That's
those Houston Hancock.
Wow, I thought that was going to be a foul.
Yeah, it took a big hit. And that will be a throw for Great Crossing, and we're going to see a substitution coming here. As for the Warhawks, Brock Young coming back into the game. He'll step in for number 25, Cannon Willis. We're under 10 minutes now. 9.5 left, as you see there on the Whitehead Hancock scoreboard.
It's 525 seconds now, if you want to know.
I'm impressed.
No, I was wrong. It's 540 seconds. It's just 3 seconds.
Well, I don't know what to believe anymore.
I don't know. I was wrong a minute ago. Frankfort just pushing it out, though. Man.
Yeah, you see
that's a
Frankfort High. Play. And honestly, Frankfort High with so many bodies behind the ball, and Kittrell really on an island by himself and then drawing a free kick.
Kittrell's been in the middle of all of it tonight. He really has. He's been part of the card. He's
drawn a card and gotten a card himself.
Yep.
Here's BB. Gets away from him.
Oh, this is a chance.
Goya with the sliding save there.
If they had seen behind them, they would have seen a wide open Warhawk. That's a nice ball.
That one takes a bad deflection for Frankfort High. Here's great crossing with the chance. Trying to carve it out. Hep tried to lay it off there for, that was number 24 there.
Ethan Barron.
Ethan Barron.
Warhawks trying to do anything to get the ball here on a foot where they can get a good shot at it. Out to play it back.
Time is running short, and great crossing really needs to get something going towards that Frankfort High goal.
Throw in. Great crossing.
So you can see all the green shirts that are committed forward now. Only a couple of people back.
Maybe tried to clear that there, gets it to midfield, still in.
Josiah Connor getting ahead to it. Maybe if nothing else, just to kind of hold great crossing up a couple seconds.
There's a man wide open in the middle of the field. Why are you throwing into the traffic? That does not make sense to me. Unless they're just trying to matriculate it down the field with throw-ins.
I think that's part of it, and I think maybe if you throw it down there, you also take the chance that it's going to take a bad bounce and you've got somebody free, and then they're that much closer to goal.
Here's Hep with the long throw.
Headed
on, ooh.
Headed back there, I believe that was Ethan.
I didn't see.
Ethan Barron with the header.
Oh yeah, Barron. Okay.
And it was
24.
almost a glancing blow off of, he was almost trying to like throw it back with his head a little bit, which nearly came off for him. That would have been very, very impressive. My neck hurts just looking at it.
Stefan Beebe is going to get the ball here. And they're going to try to control it down here for just a minute or two.
Yeah, you see Kittrell starting to make his way over to the corner, and they're going to try to just like salt away a little bit of time here.
Taking their time with the subs, for sure. Oh, they did stop the clock, okay. Clock resumes.
Here's Kittrell. He's got Beebe on his left.
Yeah, Beebe is going to get the ball.
Yeah, and that's the kind of player you want there as we get a corner. And it'll be interesting to see now whether they go ahead and try to play the corner in or whether they try to pin the ball in the corner a little bit.
A goal here is pretty much the end of the game. I think a 2-0 deficit at this point is they can't overcome that. It would be very difficult to overcome that.
5:45 left as Grant Shelton, the senior, puts his foot to this one, goes way over to the other side. I believe that's Saxena. Tried to kick it and get a glancing blow, but and that's interesting. They just let Purcell take it from an offside, or take it from out of bounds, basically.
They pushed it back. Frankfort pushed all the way back into the defensive zone. Just trying to prevent the goal, not really trying to score. They weren't all that interested in that corner.
Yeah, Frankfort High, I think the instruction is just put it as far down the field as you can where you don't see a green shirt.
They have one, Frankfort has one man forward and everybody else is behind the midfield. Houghton wants that one back.
And I've heard people kind of criticize that part of the game, and to me, it's no different than, you know, an intentional foul in basketball or just some way of, not an intentional foul, but just like fouling to stop the clock. You're either trying to extend the game or end it.
I mean,
and by virtue of having a lead, you know, 75 minutes into the game, you've kind of given yourself that right. I never have much sympathy for teams that complain about not getting a chance to score in the 79th minute when you've had 78 minutes and you didn't manage to get the job done. I'll step off my soapbox now. Great crossing, threatening to score here though. And they've certainly been threatening that Frankfort High goal tonight.
Several chances.
And what was the score line the first time these two teams met? It was great crossing on this season. It was great crossing 1-0.
Yep. Hep tried to leave that one.
It's headed out by Brandon Roach, the senior, who's back into the game, number 23.
The second half has been played almost entirely on the offensive end of Great Crossing, and they have nothing to show for it. Only a few shots, and they were close. They were absolutely close. But
yeah, they've been knocking on the door. It's 3:44 left. I think there's another twist in this.
We'll see.
We're close to Halloween. I think we're going to get another wrinkle in this.
Long throw in from Hep.
There's the header trying to head it across the face of goal to see if a Warhawk would get to it. But now Wainscott coming to just put his foot through it, and that's going to take up a few more seconds.
Purcell is going to be out of his goal here soon.
That's a tricky one because, I mean, you don't want to pull the ripcord on that too early because of the way that Frankfort High can break, and I know they've got a lot of bodies behind, but they're so quick in that.
Maxwell is telling his team to push down. Push down. There was a handball in the box.
Chigoya just booting it between the benches. Coming up to get that are the Warhawks, and
Houghton gets it taken away. Throw in Great Crossing.
Well, is Saxena coming to punch it out for the Panthers.
We're under 3 minutes now. You can feel the tension coming through the screen. Oh, great job by the keeper.
Tucker getting some hang time there to punch that one out, and Wainscott just puts it as far away as he could. I believe that was actually Tracy that put it as far away as he could. Let's take a look at the replay here.
Great job by the cameraman.
Yeah, wonderful shot.
Look at the hang time there.
And not just punching it out, but directing it at a place where he didn't see any green shirts. It'll be a corner for Great Crossing as we creep down to nearly 2 minutes left in this one. Corner goes to the far post, nobody home.
Goal kick too. Oh no, it's a throw in.
It'll be a throw in, and that's.
I thought it was going to trickle on the outside.
You see Logan Hep, it was his goal that put Great Crossing in this game. Does he have some more magic left in him, and does he have time to show it?
There are 2 minutes remaining.
Both teams advancing to the region, but I know that Nick Maxwell wants to come out of here with the 41st District Championship.
There's the header back to Hep as Barron is lying in a heap.
And they're going to stop the clock.
Barron takes a shot and is lying right at the top of the 18-yard box.
Looking like he got hit in the head or...
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there. I was following the ball, which they always tell you not to do.
Maybe his nose, I couldn't tell what happened.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it looks like maybe on the follow-through. Let's see as he hits the ground here. Yeah, that would have been on that. Thought maybe he hit the ground on the way back, but I think just a mid-air collision with Tracy may have left him a little bit shaken up there.
I don't know what's hurting. We can't really tell, but the trainers are out. So this is a leg injury, looks like. Okay. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, it almost looks like they're taking a look at the ankle here. And yeah, let's take a look at this and look at his. Ooh.
Oh, the ankle. Okay, now I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bad fall.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Anybody who's played sports and had ankle injuries, their stomach just drops when they see that.
Can't put much weight on it, if any.
Yeah. He's played such a tough game there and been a constant thorn in the side of that back line for Frankfort High. He's really played with a lot of energy and spirit. You hate to see it possibly end like this.
So let's do a quick reset here. There was a minute 41. Frankfort is ahead by virtue of a penalty in the last second of the first half. And we will have 101 seconds.
I think I probably could have sussed that out as far as the number goes.
To see who wins the 41st District Championship.
As we see on the floor show replay. This is the penalty at the end of the first half, and
just with a second to go, and puts it in.
BB finishing confidently. That is the goal that separates these two teams. At the end of the first half is when that took place, and now we're almost at the end of the game. Great Crossing going to hope to find the back of the same net.
We're going to have just a drop ball.
Great Crossing just putting their foot behind it, and that will go out wide.
That could have been better, I think.
Yeah, I think you know the idea is right. You try to get it in front of your own goal, and also that may have been a situation where Frankfort High, we're going to get another. We're going to yellow card going to Seth Tucker here, and that's the last player you want to see have to come to the sideline, as he has a little bit of a time wasting there, and your goalkeeper is not a player you want to be without. That has been, I think, in all areas of the sport, been a little bit of a point of emphasis, but now what do? You have to bring in your substitute goalkeeper with
Jet Kossel, the sophomore.
A minute 24 left, and
maybe it's Cosell.
That's a little bit. I don't want to editorialize, but that's a little bit. I guess, you know, if it's a point of emphasis, the letter of the law, I guess you have to call it. But I don't know.
So Jet Cosell in at keeper.
And right back out as keeper.
Yeah, he played a total of 5 seconds. Clock is stopped for the sub.
BB hits the ground.
Tucker was booked.
Now BB just trying to get his foot back on the ball.
Just trying to control it.
Makes it behind, putting his foot through it. I believe that was Houston Hancock. He'll find his way to Purcell, and right now Purcell is doing exactly what you said. He's just going to come up and join the attack, I think, with under a minute left. It's now or never for the Warhawks. Cleared out by Frankfort High. Great Crossing running out of time here, and that's going to be a foul and possibly a card for Stefan Beebe.
No time here, kiddo. You got to get up and play on.
Cross coming in. Headed out.
Trying to get it settled so they can get a foot to it.
Yeah, just trying anything to turn the ball here. 25 seconds now. Big foot kicking it downfield. Great Crossing going to have to really hustle to get one chance here, if any. Purcell is just going to have to carry this and then put his foot through it and get it into the mouth of the Frankfort High goal.
This is the
Here
last
it is.
play
This
of the
is
game.
it. A whiff on the clearance. Still time. Ball goes up in the air. 1 second, headed away, and the title goes for the second straight year to the Panthers of Frankfort High. 1-0, your score. Frankfort High scored at the end of halftime and held on through everything Great Crossing had to throw at them, and they will retain their 41st District Soccer Championship in 2025.
And here they come toward the camera. Get some things to say? I don't know. They know where it is, though.
Look out, David.
Congrats. We'll be back with the play of the game brought to you by the Central Kentucky Toyota dealerships and the player of the game and the post-game recap brought to you by Esprit Credit Union.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, visit Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
There's a reason why Toyota is America's best-selling retail brand. It's the quality, dependability, and reliability that you expect from Toyota. And that starts right here in the USA, where Toyota has invested over $49 billion into 11 different manufacturing plants, including the newest one, a battery plant for its electrified vehicles. There are now 13 different Toyotas built in the USA, with more on the way. America drives Toyota. Let's go places.
The Game of the Week was brought to you by Esprit Credit Union. Expree Credit Union wishes all our local teams a great season. Show your local spirit with a spirited debit card featuring your school colors and mascot. Open an Expree Spirited account today and let the rivalry continue. Federally insured by NCUA.
Expree Credit Union wishes all our local teams a great season. Score $5 for the high school of your choice simply by opening a spirited account featuring your school colors and mascot on your debit card. Show your support. Flyers, Panthers, or Wolverines. Who will raise the most? Go to expree.org today. Choose wisely. Western Hills, Franklin County, Frankfort High. Let the rivalry continue. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back to the Cable 10 Game of the Week. Here's the Central Kentucky Toyota Dealerships Play of the Game in the 41st District Championship.
And as I said at the time, Lanny, this is a goal that did not happen because that ball got by Seth Tucker, and that's exactly what you want your defenders to do as a goalkeeper. You want them to have your back there and pick you up, and that is exactly what Kai Wainscott did, number 6, the senior defender for the Frankfort High Panthers.
A great play, and that is the Central Kentucky Toyota Dealerships Play of the Game. And now it's time for the Expree Credit Union Player of the Game. And I don't think this is going to be any surprise.
Yeah, Stephen Beebe making his presence felt on every inch of the turf in this tournament and scoring the penalty to win it. That sounds familiar. It's exactly what he did last year. Different circumstances, but the same result.
Great game. I'm really impressed by the level of play both teams. They both brought it. They both wanted to win this, even though they're both going to the regional tournament.
It lived up to the billing.
It did.
It definitely was what we expected out of this game.
Congrats to Stephen Beebe, and congrats to the Frankfort Panthers. And now it's time for the post-game recap brought to you by Expree Credit Union.
This game had so many ups and downs, Lanny. Both teams spent the early part trying to figure each other out a little bit.
So many chances, too.
We got about 10 minutes in, and then I think the attacks started to fly from both teams once they got in a little bit of a rhythm, and then that's when things started to get really exciting. And this was really the play that determined the outcome of the game, as Beebe getting a quick start, getting it to Shelton, and Shelton in the follow-through from Purcell. Purcell didn't get any of the ball and got all of the man, and that's probably what got him in trouble.
There's Beebe putting the only goal of the game up, and that's all the Frankfort Panthers needed. A defensive battle in the second half. Great save there.
Yeah,
Tucker did amazing work tonight.
We saw some dogged defending from both teams, and Frankfort High really had to start kind of putting men behind the ball once the game got in the later stages just to protect the victory. And that headed clearance by Kai Wainscott to end the game, and how appropriate. He's the one that saved it for the Panthers, and he was the one that got the last touch before the Panthers lift the 41st District trophy for the second year in a row.
And that was the Expree Credit Union post-game recap.
Well, Lanny, this has been a lot of fun. I appreciated having you here for a couple nights, and we had Brad Thomas yesterday and Clint the first night. Want to say a big thank you to all of our Cable 10 crew. And we'll be back with you tomorrow night, but we're going to leave you with some highlights from this game, and this was a game that was exactly what we expected.
Yep, it was. Well played, well executed, great goalie play, and ultimately it came down to a PK, just like last year.
Yep, and just as exciting as last year, and the result being that Frankfort High keeps the 41st District Championship in Frankfort. For Lanny Brannick and everybody with the Cable 10 crew, I'm John Piesheimer. Thank you for joining us for the 2025 41st District Soccer Tournament. Good night.
41st District Tournament, Stefan Bibi. Just a reminder, both teams will be playing next week in the regional tournaments. And now, a round of applause for our tournament runner-up, Grace Crossing. And the 41st District Tournament Champion, Frankfort High Panthers!